offensively, as well as the NIBC is the top scorer in the conference, but he's the guy that you're going to see a steady diet of throughout this game.
Yeah, don't let the body fool you when you check out Gus Yalden. Montverde in the white, La Lumiere in the navy, and off we go. Montverde at 9-1 on top of the NIBC standings. The first national high school basketball conference of its kind. La Lumiere at 3-4, tied for 6th entering the week.
And Ted, I think it's really important when you go against Montverde, the way you start. This is a team that has so much firepower. You cannot afford to allow Montverde to
100. He signed with Louisville. Zaid Lowry is headed to Marquette. Glenn lost the handle. Yalden picks it up. Yalden guides it in at the end of the shot clock.
Coach Pat Holmes talked about Caleb Glenn, the fact that he needs to be better with his ball handling. Fortunately, Gus Yalden picked it up with the early bucket.
And McNeely answers at the other end, the junior from Richardson, Texas.
At the rim, this is going to be very important for the Lakers to protect that interior against Montverde.
These teams met at Hoop Hall January 14th. McNeely on the drive, and he's got his second basket. Montverde won it, Steve.
La Lumiere played last time against Montverde. They had 27 assists and only 8 turnovers and still came up with that L. And again, you almost have to play a complete perfect game in order to defeat Montverde Academy. There you see Liam McNeely. Again, that shot credibility. They're out on him at the three-point line. He takes advantage of that by putting it on the bounce, and I think that's another area that he's shown improvement, not relying just on that. And winning out, as you mentioned, Ted, is difficult in the NIBC because every night you're going against arguably some of the top talent in the country.
Derek Queen, the turnaround, he hits.
Go out and entrust their high school careers with him. And so, yeah, just a great testament to a great coach. And you can see with the results with all those Geico Nationals appearances and made their presence felt on the defensive side of the court. I love the intensity and the active hands that the Lakers have really exhibited in this first quarter.
Lowry, good from 3. La Lumiere has started 5 of 5 from the floor.
Yeah, good job thus far by the Lakers protecting that defensive glass and really, for the most part, only allowing one shot at the goal for Montverde.
Gus Yalden, and Pat Holmes, his head coach, says from August to now, he has a totally different body. He has committed to improving his conditioning. Oh, Caleb Glenn to the top.
Caleb Glenn understands what his guy's going to do. Attacks game that allows them to relax a little bit and play more of their game, and I think that's what Kevin Boyle is doing, allowing Sean Stewart to come off the bench.
Now Boyle wants Stewart to be more aggressive, and how about that inbounds play? Chris Johnson to Liam McNeely for the Montverde's 14 points.
Yeah, good job of execution by Montverde, and again, you see that shot credibility with Liam McNeely, and it allows him to get free.
And Stewart lays it in. So Montverde, too quick. Down low, Yalden, doubled, and Queen rips it away. McNeely, pull up 3, give it to him.
Of the Lakers, they would be firmly in control of this game, and La Lumiere only averages a little under 13 turnovers per game, and they already had that in the first half.
Caleb Glenn crushes the rim for the second. Caleb Glenn.
Nice read and react. You get into Gus Yalden. The defender turns their back to dig out of Gus Yalden because they realize Gus only has 5 assists on the season, now 6, and then to the basket. And that's some good interior passing by your bigs of the Lakers.
Oh, you know, Kenny Payne is star for talent right now at Louisville. Can't wait for Glenn to get there. McNeely missed the shot, but the follow.
Talks to when it comes to La Lumiere Lakers, just too many errant passes and casual passes and just not taking care of the ball.
Liam McNeely stuffs it.
Can't help but just to turn the basketball over.
Lob it inside, McNeely in too deep. Stewart banks it in. Just a slight difference between the clocks. Henderson trying to get around Evans.
Possessions by Lumiere, and in a game that means as much as this game does, you're just shaking your head and wondering why that is happening.
Stewart knocks it down from the mid-range. Stewart has had
Release foul for Lumiere in the middle of the court when Montverde keeps jumping Trenton Walters or whoever's the ball handler. You have to recognize when they're bringing that double team.
Gus Yalden, no. Glenn the tip in. Glenn 78th.
Quickest off the court with that second jump, able to get up there for that second chance scoring opportunity. And that's something that's going to help him in the collegiate ranks, his ability to really get up there and get those offensive rebounds.
Player ranked ahead of Liam McNeely in the junior class. He's ranked one spot ahead. McNeely is 10th. Queen is 9th. Lowry, deep three. He buries it.
Sean Stewart can make it, and I can see him continuing in the collegiate ranks.
Yalden, so effective in the post. Battling with Queen. He goes reverse side for two. Gus Yalden hex in the post.
Yeah, Derek Queen just did not play Gus Yalden appropriately. You can't allow him to get that low in the block.
Chris Johnson with his floater goes. Johnson headed to Kansas, was 0 for 3 in the first half. Walters breaks the press, and Trenton Walters curls it in. He'll play in the cheese and rice.
Well, I'm pretty sure we did Cooper flag at the hoop hall, and he had he just wanted 2 chicken quesadillas, and he threw me off my game. It's a steady implosion by Lumiere throughout this game.
Newell, the offensive rebound after the Givens miss. McNeely launches. Bullseye. Liam McNeely, he's got 19.
Yeah, you got to understand when Liam McNeely has a basketball out in the perimeter, you have to run him off the line and force him to attack the rim.
Isaiah Henderson with a 3 at the other end, the junior. Back in the tri-state area. And Henderson just joined Lumiere last month, coming in from Corning High School.
And that's what they feel Isaiah Henderson can add to the Lakers is
10-point lead for Montverde after the McNeely follow. Glenn on the attack, and Glenn punches it home. Henderson gets it into Glenn, swallowed up by Evans. Glenn got it back, blocked again by Evans. 2 terrific defensive plays by the McDonald All-American, and Givens lays it in at the other end.
People don't understand how hard it is, even in just a summer league game, to score 50 points. To do it against the top players in the world, yeah, that's something else.
Gus Yalden spins it in for Zaid Lowry down the baseline for 2. Trenton Walters found him in a timeout. And you, Ted Emmerich, Stephen Howard with you. One more game to come, 5 Eastern, IMG, and Sunrise Christian also in the NIBC. Here, Montverde trying to close it out, up by 8, and Liam McNeely with a teardrop. McNeely
in the rim, and he is going for that high efficient shot, and he's being successful with that throughout this game. Nice pass.
McNeely dumps it, and Sean Stewart slams it. And the lead is a dozen. Walters, the tiny point guard, headed to Radford, stopping and starting, and he scoops it in. Nice.
He's so unselfish that at times Coach Holmes has to force and implore him to shoot more, and you see how effective he can be when he is aggressive, and Lumiere needs more of that.
Too easy for Derek Queen. And Stewart doing jumping jacks. And Derek Queen with the steal. Stewart muscles it in with the second effort.
Team in the country, Montverde, and they fought through adversity. Lumiere came out playing exceptionally well in that first quarter and a half, but they weathered the storm and utilized their plethora of talent that they had out on the court, and you saw why Montverde Academy is one of the best teams in the nation.